Good evening, I'm Elena Verdine. Welcome to The 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories right now. Topping the list, a teen murder suspect will be tried as an adult after his transfer hearing wrapped up today. Malachi Harris is accused of murdering 13-year-old Savannah Copeland in October 2024. She was found stabbed to death on a trail in Powell. The medical examiner told the court that Savannah suffered 93 stab wounds, which she called a conservative estimate. That ME, who has worked with Knox County since the early 2000s, called it the worst stabbing case she had ever seen. She also said some of the wounds were consistent with a bent blade. Well, when shown photos of that recovered knife, the ME said its size, shape, and that bent blade were consistent with Savannah's wounds. Savannah's family in the courtroom during the testimony.
This certainly has helped us to get mentally prepared with what we're going to have to listen to and see. And we just have to continue to stay there through whatever grief and whatever heartache and whatever frustration, because we won't be moved.
When announcing his decision, Judge Tim Irwin said he did not think juvenile court had the resources to rehabilitate a child that may have committed this crime in a matter of 2 years, as Malachi is 16 right now. Judge Irwin also announced Malachi will have a $4 million bond. He said it was the highest one he's ever set. Meanwhile, an ordinance turning over control of the Richard L. Bean Juvenile Detention Center to Juvenile Court Judge Tim Irwin has now passed in its first reading. This came in the form of an 8-1 Knox County Commission vote, with 2 commissioners abstaining. The second vote, which could make the leadership change official, is currently slated to happen March 23rd. If passed, an advisory board for the center would also be created, and it would replace the current Juvenile Board of Directors. The county originally planned to have the Knox County Sheriff's Office run the Juvenile Detention Center, but in January, the Juvenile Board voted to change course. This after interim director Brian Bivens resigned, saying the facility was neither safe nor secure despite his reform efforts. Bivens replaced the longtime director of the facility, Richard L. Bean, who stepped down last year after getting criticism of how the facility was run. A former Cocke County High School coach has been indicted on several counts of child sex crimes. On Monday, the Cocke County grand jury indicted Francisco Danico Garcia on 23 counts, including 9 counts of statutory rape, 4 counts of aggravated statutory rape, and 3 counts of aggravated sexual exploitation of a minor. There were at least 5 victims listed between the ages of 13 and 18. Previously, Garcia had been charged with statutory rape involving a 16-year-old victim after he was arrested last year. At the time, the sheriff's office said that the charges were not related to any case involving the student during school hours or at school functions. Our next Big 7 story tonight, McKay's Knoxville closing its doors after selling that location to developer Nick Patel, who owns several hotels in the area. Well, now East Tennesseans are flocking to McKay's before the Knoxville landmark closes its doors on May 3rd. McKay's was jam-packed today with people looking to buy everything from books to vinyl. Customers say the store offers something for everyone, with several of them telling us that low prices and a wide selection of items made every visit memorable. All the people we spoke with today say McKay's is about more than just comic books or collectibles. Stepping into the store is like stepping back in time, allowing them to focus on what's right in front of them. Some customers telling 6 News they're sad to say goodbye.
If I go into a section, I'll find something that I've never heard of, or even if I'm looking for something specific, I know I can just come here and find it somewhere tucked away in a little box.
I come here after work like every day and just wander around looking at books, and I usually find some of the best books that I've ever read just doing that. So I'm gonna really miss doing that.
And this all comes after the National Labor Relations Board filed a complaint against McKay's for violating federal labor law. Per the union, the NLRB says the store fired an employee without cause for participating in union activities and refusing to negotiate at reasonable times. Some customers, like Amber Scroggins, who you just heard from, are holding out hope, though, that the store will open a new location here in Knoxville. Next now on the 7, Lieutenant Governor Randy McNally is retiring after more than 4 decades in office, announcing that he's not planning to seek re-election this year. McNally was first elected to the Tennessee House of Representatives in 1978. He served as the state senator from the 5th District, which includes Anderson, Loudoun, and part of Knox County, since 1987. In 2017, he was elected Senate Speaker and Lieutenant Governor. And in light of today's news, Tennessee lawmakers and other state leaders are releasing statements praising McNally's leadership. McNally's time in office, though, has not been without controversy. In 2023, he faced criticism for commenting on photos of a nearly nude 20-year-old gay man on Instagram. McNally has also faced several health issues. He was hospitalized in 2023 after experiencing symptoms of an irregular heartbeat. He then underwent surgery to have a pacemaker inserted. Moving down the list, the East Tennessee Children's Hospital in downtown Knoxville is being renamed, introducing a partnership with a beloved country music star. None other than Dolly Parton, an East Tennessee native, is supporting the Children's Hospital's efforts, and it will now be known as Dolly Parton Children's Hospital. The hospital says this is a landmark moment for pediatric health care. It has been serving for 90 years now, providing high-quality care that's close to home. When you add Dolly's love and support for the community, it can mean more children getting the care they need, with the potential to expand services. Matt Schaefer, president and CEO of Dolly Parton Children's Hospital, says Dolly has elevated East Tennessee in multiple ways, with her Imagination Library helping during Hurricane Helene, and now as she serves children through health care.
We serve more than 500,000 patient encounters already every year from across this region, across the state and beyond. 35 different specialties that we have to offer. And with this partnership we have with Dolly Parton, that will only expand to ensure that our community's most prized possession, most prized resource, our children, can live the fullest life possible.
Schaefer went on to say the new logo will be shown throughout the campus in the coming months, and he hopes that there will be a celebration at the hospital to mark the beginning of this new era. We're ending our Big 7 stories off with something new for you tonight. The University of Tennessee has filed a court petition to begin the legal process to acquire the Tyson House Lutheran Episcopal Campus Ministry building through eminent domain. Now, according to a UT spokesperson, the university needs the property at Melrose Place for a new building. The university has tried to make a deal to buy it from St. John's Cathedral for years, but the two never agreed on a price. Well, the university filed a petition for condemnation earlier this month to determine a fair price for the property through the eminent domain process. Well, UT is working to transform the Melrose Place area into a new hub anchored by a student success center and more classrooms. Following the demolition of Melrose Hall, the Student Success Center is expected to open during the fall 2027 semester.